is it is not just match point, it's championship point right now for
Yeah.
Underwatch.
This is not a case of like, oh, we just dropped this map. It's fine. We can do better later on this series. It's all go time right now. The light is green. It is not amber anymore. Both teams look like they're going to be running out on goats for the time being. That 3-3 composition, both with the Zenyatta on board. It is the clash of titans right now.
And it's going to be interesting to see where the defense of Underwatch sets up initially, because one of the key things about these GOATS matchups, particularly on these assault maps, where you do have to map geometry all around the initial point, it almost becomes like a cat and mouse game where teams just try and out rotate each other, trying to get in as favorable position as they can, not just actually positionally using the map geometry, but with their cooldowns as well, with where each individual player's cohesion is positioned within the group, trying to get as many small advantages as they can. It looks like Underwatch is going to just be setting up on the low ground off to the left. They can fall back on Mega if they needed. I'm going to anticipate that we'll probably see a high ground rotation coming out from Yeet, try and get an early advantage, get a little bit of poke off before dropping onto the point.
Yeah, that would make sense. You see them hovering around mini room, but they do move completely forward here, Val. Their 2000 jumps forward, gets a projected barrier on top of him, but the shield bash comes through, so he has to immediately hold up the shield. Jimbo, quite low, a really big fire strike coming through. You see Callum, fairly low here, but it'll be Jealous, the first one to fall. They got to step on the point, otherwise they will allow them to accrue a tick right now. They do get it, despite so many members being within Mega Room, but that fight will be over as Mia cleans this one up with a double. Triple!
We talk about these bubbles from Zaya not being able to save the main tank when they're in dire straits, but there it was actually the armor pack from Basuto, well timed, kept Durf alive when he was just about to be taken out, and then Yeet can't quite adjust, overextend a little bit because they're anticipating they're going to get the main kill onto the main tank. Jealous falls, it starts to unravel from there. You do have the consolation of getting a tick, but now the ultimate advantage is well and truly on the side of Underwatch. They have the Earth Shadow, they got the Transcendence.
They will also have a rally coming up mid-fight should they need it. Callum's shield already so low, and like you were saying, Vals, they're completely using this geometric advantage right now. They are behind this wall, behind in Mega, using their natural cover to their advantage, just like a Palisade. And Staffordshire, they're finding no purchase on the point. In comes the rally. We'll keep them all nice and healthy, but they're not able to use that 5 extra seconds that you get during the fight, as Staffordshire do make that disengage. A lovely self-destruct in the air combo with that Graviton. Will not find anything. The shield bash comes out just a little bit too early. Eevee's mech will be taken out here as Wallaby looks for Zufus, trapped all by himself on the side. A sound barrier will keep him nice and alive, but Pulse in the backline. Basuto tries to go for a nice whip shot to get him off the map, but it's not enough here right now. Jealous drops down the Graviton. Loads of them will be going down. A huge Earth Shatter should clean this fight out for Staffordshire, but 2 minutes picking off the clock. But what's this? There's an Earth Shatter on top. Will find Callum. I thought it was all over, but Durf 2000, he's turned it round.
They think it's all over. It's not quite there. Durf manages to get 2 picks, D-Mech onto Eevee, and that was great work. It looked like it was dire straits for Underwatch, but the Earth Shatter comes through just at the right moment for Durf, being able to clutch it out. And it's actually a really nice adjustment in general for Underwatch, spreading out a bit more rather than just counting in the Mega Room. Means that we can't see any cheeky point contests, and that's a nice Graviton here.
Will remove the Transcendence. It's all about getting rid of those support ultimates early. Callum is on the point. Still not a second tick accrued for this team, but Basuto gets caught off on the side. Durf 2000 trying to do as much damage as he can. Jimbo finds Callum, and it will be Durf 2000 falling afterwards. But what could have been 3 minutes, just 2 minutes remaining, has gone all the way down to 1 minute of an absolute hero play coming out from Durf.
And another consolation there is that right at the end of the fight, Jealous tries to clean up with the Graviton Surge, and it gets eaten. It doesn't go down. You can't decisively win the fight with the Graviton, and you're not going to have it in reservation moving into the second point. So great little fade away eat by Wallaby. Gives them a little bit more of an advantage on this defense here. They're going to have to self-destruct. Durf coming up on the Earth Shadow again, but there's a couple of tools coming online for Yeet on this offense as well.
Durf 2000, quite importantly, like you said, has that Earth Shadow coming online. 50% for Callum, but supportive ultimates very much in the way of Staffordshire University. A nice protected barrier will keep Pulse alive. Can we on the side for the time being? Looking for that crucial boot, but Callum is there. Durf 2000, he makes an amazing Earth Shatter, and the charge completely afterwards. The 5k, Zephyrs gets blasted off the map. Wallaby cleaning things up.
And all that comes from right at the start of the fight. Pulse whiffs his shield bash, falls down onto the low ground, nearly gets punished. The bubble does come out to save him, but it means Jealous needs to fall down to the point as well to be able to deploy that bubble. The rest of the team needs to follow up, and Yeet was just suddenly caught off guard, out of position, couldn't make the adjustments. Do have a couple more tools coming online now, but Underwatch still holding on to so many, using all the support ultimates.
Pretty much 50% of the time bank now removed from the clock. 3 minutes 37. Staffordshire playing so much more cautiously as we saw him before. Callum knows he has to use the charge to get out of there. Caught on the right-hand side. Staffordshire is playing so cautiously right now.
And Durf is nearly built up another Earth Shadow, being able to play this really well.
2 gravitons coming out. A nice block coming out from Durf 2000. Wallaby laid to the floor, but Pseudo, he will be removed. So a 5v6 combination with a rally on top of it. It's going to be very hard to get your way out of this one. Sure, you have seen Underwatch do some Houdini antics before, but I don't think it's going to come to bear here.
And on that Graviton, we've seen Kamui and Mia be so good with the support ultimate so far. They unfortunately layer them, means they can't have the sustainability later on in the fight. They're not going to have a support ultimate to try and contest with here.
What?
Whereas J7 has a sound barrier, but they can't even touch.
Oh, they went in for it. They were waiting for so long as well. As Durf 2000 has that Earth Shadow, that's what they were going for. But someone came out just a little bit too late. He saw Pseudo going for the shield bash to drop onto the point, but they just mistime it. That is so unfortunate. Still, 251 on Volsky is not a bad time bank. But you know what, Underwatch, they've got to do something similar. And these guys have won the Overwatch Campus Clash before, a couple of times, I believe. So they are really trying to come back here and take the grand finals. This is their home turf.
Absolutely. 2 minutes 51 certainly isn't a bad time bank on Volskaya, but it's really not as good as you would have liked either. Great defense there from Underwatch. Not able to whittle down the full time bank, but able to cycling their support ultimates really well, and it was just that simple mistake. Miscommunication between Kamui and Mia means they don't have one of those support ultimates to drag out the rest of the fight. Yeet take initiative, finish it out, and then not being able to touch point either. It's just these little mistakes costing Underwatch right now.
Yeah, and I think if they can iron these ones out, they should be fine. I think that both Mia, Kamui, and Busudo, they play so many different supports that sometimes it does get a little bit difficult like that because maybe they don't have a complete call order in effect. But still, so far, considering that, they have been playing absolutely amazingly.
Absolutely. We're going to see another Goats Mirror matchup. Yeet looking to hold maybe a little bit more aggressively than we saw from Underwatch. In particular, look for Callum down the side, trying to get a little bit of a cheeky fire strike off. Gonna need to peel back quickly. Doesn't actually land it, doesn't build up any Earth Shadow charge, unfortunately. But still, it's a more forward hold for Yeet than we saw Underwatch taking up.
Yeah, we'll hand a little bit of charge over to Jimbo, though, instead, as he did get that self-barrier towards the beginning. Eevee on the top ground, Durf 2000 in the front, Jimbo going up the very high charge. Now Callum on this side, they're just trying to make their way in. Jimbo leading the front for the time being.
Yep, and now Yeet just kiting backwards, letting Underwatch come towards them, still in control of their positioning at all times. Callum just holding his corner, not allowing any further advance, and it's a nice punish onto Wallaby.
Yeah, it's a demech there. He was up there for a little bit too long right now, but still, it is only 2 kills. They do make the quick disengage almost immediately, but Jealous is close behind on their heel. He's not allowing them to get away that easily.
Absolutely, being able to throw it those bubbles at the end as well. Just a little bit of fade away damage from Underwatch, trying to get a little bit more ult charge, maybe going for a pick, but it just means Jealous has more charge going into this fight. Jimbo, though, staying alive through that. He's on 100 charge himself.
Yeah, but Jealous, he's the one with the graviton, right? This is the big thing, but Eevee, not quite. Oh, Wallaby once again, you absolute monster! Eats it. Wallaby's got a read on him all the time. Callum tries to go for the charge. Basuto's there, he's ready. Durf 2000, he's gonna be looking for another one of these classic Earth Shadows that he keeps in the pocket all the time, but the massive amount of damage will be there. But this gives the opportunity for Jimbo to get himself a graviton, and hopefully this time it won't be Eevee eating that one up.
Christmas has come early for Wallaby. He's just feasting all through this. So many using Gravitons, unfortunately not able to capitalize on the back of it, but Jealous got to be kicking himself. Couldn't have that fight as decisive as they would have liked. Don't have to invest too many of ultimates, so it's not as bad, but now both sides coming on a lot of ultimates. The lowest ult charge in line is actually Wallaby himself, 77%. There's going to be so many ultimates sent off in the middle of this. Look for, in particular for Callum and Durf, these Earth Shadows.
pretty much all 6 ultimates online for both teams, and Jealous, although he did get his Graviton Eden, this guy's been playing so well and he's been rewarded with another Graviton. Transcendence is available. Callum goes for the charge, does find Cam where he's self-destruct over the top. Really here, there just needs to be discipline from Underwatch. They can lose this fight and it still be a good fight for them because they'll retain the Graviton self-destruct combo. They just got to get out of there for the time being.
They retain the Graviton self-destruct, but Jealous has got the Graviton. Zephyr's with the Transcendence, but gets taken out by Mia. Fadeaway shot. That's huge. Means you have to play this so much more defensively. Fall back. Let Zephyr's get into position. We're going to see J7 running back to spawn just to try and taxi him. But now there's a little bit of momentum for your Underwatch. They're going to have the opportunity to push in here with 2 supports missing from Yeet.
Yeah, and this is so smart, right? Because J7, he's the one to lay down the sound barrier. So they were all banking on Zephyr's having the Transcendence available for them. So when they do go into this fight, they'll be protected from Jimbo's grab. They do get the taxi back, so he will be back in the fight. So Zephyr's will be available, but Jimbo, he's going to be looking for this Graviton. The Earth Shadow goes down, but he will be stopped. Out comes his self-destruct, but Wallaby goes off the edge with the self-destruct in tow. Out comes the self-destruct, and this might be Staffordshire getting back into this one.
Yep, and it's great work. Unfortunately, you have to use both the Earth Shatter and Graviton in that fight, but it's smart that they use the Earth Shatter first. It means Callum can just weave his hammer in and out of the Graviton. He's got 80% to another Earth Shatter already, so not losing out too much there. It is going to be last fight territory for Underwatch now, but they've got an Earth Shatter of their own. Kamui's got the sound barrier, so there's a couple of tools here, but they need to make this work.
18 seconds remaining, Valves. Like you say, this has to be immaculate as they move into this one. Durf 2000 has the Earth Shadow. It's been good before. Can it be good again? He knows he's getting close to Callum. Wants to take him down. Projector barrier keeping him alive. Now the Earth Shadow is completely free. He lays it down. This could be point A going over to Underwatch now.
Callum just gets a little bit aggressive, gets punished, and that blows this wide open for Underwatch. They invest the sound barrier and the Earth Shadow just to make sure they finish it out, but not all is lost. They still have the Transcendence and the Rally moving into this next fight. There's going to be a couple tools online for Staffordshire as well, so the snowball isn't going to quite be there, but it's great for Underwatch. Backs against the wall, managed to finally cap out the point, and they've got about a minute at time back advantage to cap this point before the advantage starts going back over to Staffordshire.
Yeah, so we're moving forward. Jealous, he's desperately looking for this Graviton. Jimbo absolutely dominating here, going up to his, but Callum lays down a really nice Earth Shadow. I don't think Durf 2000 should be able to be surviving that one. 3 minutes 34, and the momentum is lost.
York do hold on to ultimates, so small advantages, but Callum, great Earth Shatter, seizing advantage. Jealous starts building up the final bits of charge towards his Graviton as well, so just about everything else online for Yeet right now. Probably going to see Pulse popping the Rally between fights, get that little bit of extra arbor down for Zephyrus and Jealous. They're 2 star players. They know they need to enable these 2 as much as they can.
Yeah, indeed they do. And now we're coming to this one. They have that momentum ultimate. We have the Rally right as we come in. Zephyr's position very, very cautiously on the top ground, so he has free reign over this one. There's no one on the ground that can contest him up there, so they will have to go for a really, really long flank over the top. But Mia, I say that, but he absolutely snipes him. It's only Pulse contained inside of that Graviton. Out comes the self-destruct. Durf 2000 does have the shield, but Kamui will fall. Eevee backed up against the wall. Mia, he just about gets the Transcendence this time, gives Durf 2000 the ability that he needs to hold on the point. Zephyrus comes on back with the Transcendence, but it's too late, mate. You're out of the picture. Durf 2000 in the front line. Not one tick accrued as of yet, because you do see J7 just being an annoying frog on the side. First tick is available. Pulse comes back into the fight, but he's all on his lonesome here. Wallaby drops in the self-destruct. Durf 2000 does go down. A nice shield bash will remove the shield from Callum as he falls out of the way. And Mia once again doing the work. Pulls out Pulse from this fight, but Jealous so high charge. Jimbo just on this left-hand side over here. Pseudo going into the front. There's a Rally, another Graviton. 2 minutes on the clock from what was a terrible start. They've clawed it back.
Yeah, great presence from York on the point, not allowing any avenue for Staffordshire to come back into that. Just cycle through the ultimates. Nice Graviton at the end, just to secure Jealous and Zephyrus off the point. Maybe a little bit annoyed you couldn't finish that down earlier. Have a nice, more even time bank. Having just under 2 minutes on the time bank versus just under 3 for Staffordshire means that York is going to be going straight back on offense first, but momentum is on their side, so maybe you do want to be taking first attack here.
Maybe, but we know they had trouble on this first point. A lot of it came down to the fact that Durf 2000 was just unable to make his way in. And maybe Camwe and Mia just died a little few too many times on this first point. But what really interests me, how much Mia popped off come point B.
Exactly. Having that mechanical skill on his own yards, they're able to pump out so much damage, finding two crucial picks, both at the start and in the middle of that final fight for Underwatch. Hopefully we're going to see Mia having that same kind of form, finding these great picks rather than dying early himself. And that's going to be one of the keys to victory for Underwatch in what is still, may I remind you, championship point. If Underwatch win this, they have won the Campus Clash. It's survival time right now for Staffordshire, who are still a map behind in the series.
I was going to say, Val, they have secured themselves another attempt here. It's not all over for them just yet. Mia does take a lot of damage. Callum actually hitting 3 players with that fire strike, moving himself up to 20%. So he is very much on top of it. Another huge fire strike. He's 50% already to his next Earthshadow. Durf 2000 falling behind just on 12.
Callum already 65% to the Earthshadow. Durf barely there, so now Callum can get aggressive. He knows he's got the advantage. 82% getting towards it. This could really catch York off guard.
Callum going low. Wallaby even lower. He does have the Earthshadow available. Drops them all down to the floor. I think they knew they were going to lose this fight, and there is no possibility of Camry there speeding them out. So Jealous is going to get even more charge towards his next Graviton. Jimbo falling behind at 42%. It's all about this ult economy now as we drop down to 1 minute remaining.
Yeah, the one caveat there is that Callum was doing so much work that there's not as much of an ult advantage as you would have thought for the rest of Yeet. So all on Callum, maybe trying to farm another crit Earthshadow again. If not, looking at you, Jealous. Your Gravitons have been a little bit hit and miss. Keep it out of Wallaby defense matrix first and foremost, and then try and follow up.
Yeah, so far Wallaby's Diva Matrix kind of been like a basketball net for Jealous. He's just been trying to knock these 3-pointers in, and he's been doing a pretty good job at it so far. Durf 2000, they make the real long flank onto the high ground. There is this Graviton. It's all about it right now. That is what we're all dying to see. And he comes from behind. Wallaby absolutely cannot block this one out, but it's only him caught in the grab. Wallaby goes down afterwards, so he will not be getting remexed. Xiphus drops down the Transcendence, and they might just have to go for a quick reset. But once again, Durf 2000 pulls it out of the bag. Will be Jealous going down. J7 on the sideline. Sound Barrier keeping the back into this fight once again. Evie is G-Mac. It's all down to Durf 2000. These clutch Earthshadows have been amazing. J7 falls. 7 seconds remaining, and they will take point A.
And Zephyrus is too overzealous with the Transcendence usage there. Thought the fight was won, threw away the ultimate. You needed to save it for Durf's Earthshadow there. They're able to follow up, and Underwatch out of nowhere. Not only have they taken the fight, they've taken the point, and they've got the ultimate advantage. They might be taking this offense.
Yeah, this is a massive amount of snowball opportunity. They have the rally available. Pulse just used his. There'll be no armor on the clock here. Rally should be popped very, very shortly. Mia has the Transcendence. There will be a Graviton. 82% for Wallaby, so a Graviton self-destruct combo is definitely in the bag for these players on Underwatch. They just have to survive. Out comes the Graviton early. They know they have to do it whilst Ivy's out of the way. Sound Barrier keeps them alive a little bit longer. Out comes this self-destruct. Doesn't find anyone but Pseudo. He removes Callum, and that is the Earthshadow once again. Nice and free. Callum, you're too far forward, too many times, son. And you know what? Durf's just going to take advantage of it. Wallaby goes down. What a snowball here, Vals. We could be going into 3 ticks here. 0 seconds remaining. Overtime ticking down. J7, you're not going to be annoying Frog today. The irritation has been removed. Callum is there. A nice counter charge. 4 ticks, 4 points. Round 3 is complete, and now things start to look real hellish for Staffordshire.
And it's not just having the ult advantage as they move into the second point, being able to throw that Graviton. They can then isolate Callum, find the pick, and it just unravels there for Staffordshire, unfortunately. They do manage to push it into Time Bank, into the overtime, so it's not as bad as it could be, but you don't want to be conceding 4 points on Volskaya. It's do or die time now. You have 2 minutes 51. You need to go and match that.
Absolutely, this really is 2CP law right now. Oh, I don't think this is a one spicy Overwatch Campus Clash final right now. Things are really starting to heat up. 4 points on Volskaya, 2 minutes 51 to take both of them. Really, right now, Underwatch, although they're in a great position, they cannot drop the ball. They absolutely have to stay very, very wary because Staffordshire, they're here for a reason, Vals.
Exactly. And it's all going to come down to one man. Jealous, here's looking at you. You've been the star player. You've been the superstar on Desire. Not just today, not just last week, but all through Campus Clash, you've carried Staffordshire to victory. We need to see it one last time. You need to finish out Volskaya, and then you have to go again. This is where the endurance starts to come into question for Staffordshire.
Yeah, even if they do win this map, there is still one remaining, giving Underwatch yet again another chance. So, again, it could all end just here. Valve's championship point on the line. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. They have to take point A and point B for even a chance at taking this one.
Yeah, teams just training back and forth. Callum does get shield bash. Jealous, trying to ramp up as much energy as he can, but the rest of his team is being forced back.
2000 once again using this natural cover by Mega. This is exactly what they did last time, which was able to give them so much more time on point A. Really, if they can bump them down to overtime on point A, it gives them such a massive chance come point B. But again, that is down to Staffordshire taking point A in the first place.
Yep, just rotating around the other side now, trying to have a bit more freedom. Stay away from Durf, who is getting dangerous close to the Surf Shadow. Nice stun comes through, but they can't actually punish it.
Callum so very low, finally taken down, and Pulse is out of position. Jealous is already disengaging. 1 minute 50. This is where Underwatch were as well as, and really they cannot afford to let Mia go down. Now he has the Transcendence too, so does Zephys. You see Jealous 82%, and now this is where the ults start to come online at 1 minute 30 right now. Val's things are starting to get crazy.
And it's all on J7 and Zephyrus now. They're gonna have both the support ultimates. They need to be decisive here. They know that Underwatch is gonna try and take advantage with their ultimate economy. So we need a great Transcendence or Sound Barrier. You can't afford to layer these here.
No, not at all. It's a problem we've seen Underwatch have before, so they have to make sure that this is perfect. Out comes the Graviton. The self-destruct is there. Out comes the Graviton as well. But Eevee, he finds two. Durf 2000, he goes for another one of the Surf Shadows. Does lay everyone down, but the damage is just not there available to them. There will be 1 minute 30 as we come into point B. I do not think they can hold on to this one, but Mia does find Jealous, meaning that this snowball might not be there in time.
Yeah. So we see Basuto's just delaying that as long as he can. There's going to be a couple ultimates online for York. They've got the self-destruct, and we know how good these self-destructs have been. They've got the sound barrier for a little bit of more longevity. But Pulse, he's got the rally, so everyone's going to get the extra armor. And Callum, it's all on your shoulders. A minute left on the time bank. You have the Earth Shatter. Make this one count.
It is a soldier's minute right now. This can define everything that happens in this final. Jimbo moving forward. Out comes the Shadow. Durf 2000 keeps the shield up, but the damage is too much. The sound barrier does not save him. 5v6 right now. Wallaby, he will have a self-destruct. We need to see another good one. He is in the backline, keeping Jimbo nice and alive with this Diva Matrix. Out comes another big Graviton. Self-destruct into the air. He's massive! 3 kills! Make that 3.5. The self-destruct takes out the mech as well, and Wallaby finishes him up. 25 seconds. Pretty much all ultimates gone. There's a self-destruct on the side of Staffordshire, as well as this Transcendence. It's do or die time. No ultimates on the side of Underwatch. Other than this Transcendence, there's a lot of armor layered underneath right now.
And 13 seconds left. More than anything, Yeet need to touch the point now. I'm not sure they'll get it all as a unit. It's going to be Callum having to charge in on his own, hopefully with a bubble, but it is do or die time.
Here we go, J7, he touches the point, but he's ever so low already, has to back off the point. The Discord Orb is on top of him. Durf 2000, he is looking to go forward. Callum there, 50% to both Reinhardts. Mia has to drop his Transcendence early. Jealous is coming up towards this Graviton, so he has to go down soon because they have no protection towards this next one. But only Jimbo is caught inside it. Durf 2000 tries to go forward. He's booped out the way, but Bisoto, he keeps up his shield nice and strong. Bull's going down as well as Jealous forced backwards. He has the shield on top. Half HP already. Durf 2000 valiantly trying to stay alive. Jimbo makes a switch to the Hammond. Durf 2000 will be able to come out the gate. He's gonna have this Earth Shatters over Basuto moving into the back. He finds Zephyrus. That's the Discord Orb gone. This means the potential to absolutely rip apart. The Reinhardt is gone now. Wallaby finding Jealous. There's hardly any members back on the point. Callum comes back. In comes Durf 2000. The Earth Shatter is not there. Into the shield. Callum is in the corner, just like Staffordshire. They're against the ropes right now. The rally is there, but there's no one rallying behind him. Pulse falls. It's just the mini diva. The pilot is gone, and your grand final champions are Underwatch.
And Wallaby is your Overwatch Campus Clash MVP. It's the self-destructs coming up time and time again. And in the final fight, where it looked like everything might just be going right for Staffordshire, he comes up with the clutch 3K paired with the self-destruct. Just such a great D.Va player, getting so much value not only out of his self-destructs, but the ever-present defense matrix to eat or Jealous's grass. Constantly being able to shut down these low HP targets, peel through his backline. Wallaby was absolutely everywhere he needed to be today for Underwatch, and it was key as Underwatch finally get the upset, finally get their victory over Staffordshire, and there was